Vamos hacia Dios. ¿Escucharon? Okay.
We're going to God. That's the signal. You know what's... Oh, go ahead.
What is the signal? Sorry?
It's a signal that we're going to God.
Es la señal que vamos hacia Dios.
Oh my gosh, the stuff you guys are putting into the light brigade is off the chain, really. I mean, I don't know if they have off the chain in Spanish.
Sorry, Kay. Just a moment. I need a miracle to open my mind and my ears to hear you, because I am not understanding anything now.
Okay, it's okay. Let's just ask Jesus.
Okay.
You accepted guidance. Jesus, are you going to help grease the skids here? So we're just sliding along.
Estamos preguntando a Jesús si me ayuda a aclarar un poco este tema, porque no estoy entendiendo nada, absolutamente nada. Tengo el deseo de no entender nada.
She stepped into function, everybody. She just stepped in.
Y es mantenernos en la función, siempre mantenernos en la función.
Okay, so we're going to tonight's on guidance. And so this is really perfect because we're going to listen to Jesus to see, is it Maria's guidance to translate tonight?
Bueno, vamos a practicar. Entonces vamos a preguntar todos si está en guía que María esté traduciendo o traduzca. ¿Qué escuchan?
What do you hear out there?
¿Qué escuchan ustedes?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Lena's. Lena taught me this. That's Mexican for yes. I don't know if it's Mexican for yes, but
Lina me enseñó esto. No sé si esta es la forma de decir sí en mexicano.
Okay. So when at first it's like sometimes a little adjustment, but all you need to do is you just go, the only voice I'm going to hear is Jesus's. That's it.
Al principio parece que se requiere un poco de ajuste, pero la idea es alinearnos con la voz de Jesús.
Because you can see that the beauty of these translations in terms of following guidance is he's simulcasting. She's not actually translating what I'm saying. He's actually telling her the same thing he's telling me.
Realmente estas traducciones no son en verdad traducciones, son una cosa simultánea que Jesús te está diciendo a ti y también a mí. Lo mismo que me dice a mí, te dice a ti.
So if we tune into him, he's going to tell her everything to say.
Y si nosotros nos alineamos a él, él nos va a decir todo lo que necesitamos decir, necesitamos saber.
It's spectacular.
Es espectacular.
Okay, so she's giving us a great gift tonight.
Entonces ella nos está dando un gran regalo esta noche.
So that we can all be together in the same room.
Y así todos podemos estar juntos en un solo salón.
Okay, now, so it sounds like on Sundays and Thursdays, it's going to be guidance night because we're all ready to go really deep with Jesus.
Parece que los domingos y los jueves van a ser los días que vamos a usar para seguir la guía de Jesús.
So the first step for this is from now on Sunday and Thursdays, you want to just write down on a little pad what you did last week, whatever Jesus. Yeah.
Okay. Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es que vamos a escribir en un documento las actividades que hicimos la semana pasada.
And he keeps reminding me about this, that Remember in the Course in Miracles, he has you look around the room and don't make anything different.
Y recuerden que Jesús en el curso nos dice que miremos en un cuarto, en un salón, y no tengamos ninguna distinción entre una cosa y la otra.
You know, he says you want to look at everything, you know, the light bulb, the picture of Jesus, everything the same. So anything that you did, you just kind of jot your notes down, no judgment, no.
Y así mismo tenemos que hacer esta lista, así como ver el cuadro de Jesús, ver todo con el mismo significado, no darle mayor importancia a unos que otros.
Okay, and then any big plans you have for next week, anything, and just jot some notes down.
Y lo mismo con los planes que tengas para la próxima semana, también escribirlos sin ningún juicio.
Okay, so we're going to start out with the lesson, I am determined to see.
Y entonces vamos a comenzar con la lección, estoy decidido a ver.
Okay, because we know that the way out is to be able to hear his voice clearly on everything.
Porque sabemos que la salida de esto es escuchar su voz claramente.
So if he's going to point you to something to look at, just trust him. Don't judge it one way or the other. It's not your function to judge what you're doing.
Entonces, si él te apunta a alguna actividad, no la juzgues. Recuerda que no es tu función juzgarla.
It is your function to learn what things he's telling you to do that align you with all the love of the Father.
Tu función es alinearte con todo lo que tiene el Padre para ti, dispuesto para ti.
And start to refuse to do anything else.
Y comenzar a rehusarte a seguir lo demás, a hacer algo más que no sea eso.
It's like we're putting everything that we are in God's holy basket.
Y es poner todo en una sola canasta, la canasta de Dios.
And this way you'll start to see, I could see that I was doing all these body jobs.
Y yo me podía dar cuenta que yo estaba haciendo todos estos trabajos relacionados con el cuerpo.
Little busy kind of stuff that was so unnecessary.
Una cantidad de cosas que no eran para nada necesarias.
But not only they're not necessary, but they were like busy work to avoid God work.
Y esas cosas que no eran necesarias eran para evadir el trabajo con Dios.
God work meaning seeing what's true.
El trabajo con Dios, que es ver lo que es la verdad.
Okay, so meanwhile, you've been kind of jotting things down now.
No sé si tienen algo escrito ahora.
Okay, so you're in a car and you're sitting in the front driver's seat.
Bueno, entonces tú vas en un carro y estás sentado en la silla del conductor.
Now you open the door of the driver's seat and you're going to get in the back seat.
Y entonces te vas a bajar y te vas a pasar a la silla de atrás.
And now Jesus is going to drive.
Y ahora Jesús va a ser el que va a manejar.
And we're going to hit the honesty of God button. Ding.
Y vamos a oprimir el botón de la honestidad de Dios.
And we're going to look really closely we're going to first look at the things that seem to be so important this past week. And we're going to start getting honesty about going down that list and learning yes or no on them with Jesus.
Y bueno, vamos a tomar esa lista y vamos a mirar las cosas que creemos que eran muy importantes para nosotros y le vamos a preguntar a Jesús si sí o si no estaban en guía.
Okay. And this is how attentive you do have to be attentive with him for everything.
Por eso tienes que estar totalmente atento a él para todo.
Now remember, because he says, I will make no decisions by myself.
Porque recordemos que hemos dicho que no tomaremos decisiones por nuestra cuenta.
And I thought, and I've said this before, I thought, gosh, am I becoming a guidance Nazi? I'm even asking him if I can have a cookie.
Y recuerdo que incluso nosotros le preguntamos si podemos comernos una galleta.
But he's clear. He said to me, you need to have that level of discipline in your mind. We're talking about divinity here.
Y él me dice que tenemos que tener esa disciplina mental porque estamos hablando de la divinidad.
And the ego has all kinds of sneaky ways to get its little denial of God in.
Y porque el ego tiene estas particularidades como de esconderse bueno,
So we're
sneaky.
holy.
You say it again?
So the ego has all kinds of sneaky ways to get its little sideways in.
Ah, ok. Y entonces tiene estas particularidades de como irse por los lados, de escondérsenos.
And he was telling me, you're tolerating this stuff.
Y él me dice que estamos tolerando esto.
So we're going to turn on the I am not going to tolerate
Entonces
these
vamos
things in my mind anymore button.
Entonces vamos a pasarnos al botón de no voy a tolerar más esto.
Okay. So Jesus, we're going to look at the things that we did last week and do an honesty of God check with them with Jesus. Don't judge it if you did something out of guidance. You want to know what you chose to do out of guidance. You can be clear.
Bueno, entonces vamos a tomar esa lista de las actividades que hicimos la semana pasada y vamos a preguntar si estuvieron fuera de guía, sin juzgarlas, porque él te va a decir cuáles estuvieron fuera de guía y cuáles no, cuáles sí.
He cannot coach you unless you're willing to hear when you're in and out of guidance.
Y él está para entrenarnos si pedimos su guía.
Okay, and you're going to get to the point, let's start out early laughing about it.
Y luego vamos a comenzar a reírnos de todo esto.
You know, I told you the chicken in the cart, you know, I had 100 things in the cart and, you know, I was all, look at what I followed, Jesus. And he said, yeah, but you didn't get but you put that chicken in there. That wasn't guided.
A mí me pasó que estaba haciendo mercado y compré muchísimas cosas y le pregunté al final, Jesús, todo lo que compré estaba en guía y me dice, sí, menos el pollo.
But it's a great lesson to show where we're compromising ourselves.
Y es muy hermoso esto porque nos muestra dónde nos gusta transigir con nosotros mismos.
Okay, so now we're gonna have honesty of God. This is where we're really learning together to hear deeply when we're in guidance and when we're out of guidance.
Entonces aquí es donde necesitamos la honestidad de Dios y vamos a preguntar entonces cuáles estuvieron en guía y cuáles estuvieron fuera de la guía.
So we're going to go quiet.
Entonces nos vamos a callar.
And you're going to just have a talk with Jesus over the things on your list and what does he want you to see?
Vamos a entonces vamos a tener una conversación con Jesús para que miremos cada una de estas actividades y que nos muestre lo que tenemos que ver.
So as a reminder of the questions for each one, you just go, okay, Jesus, was this accepting all the love the Father has for me?
Y recordemos la pregunta, hacer esta función fue aceptar todo el amor que el Padre tiene para mí.
See, all he's showing you is if it's not in guidance, there was just a hidden desire under there.
Y si no estuvo en guía fue porque hay un deseo por debajo de la conciencia que hay que ver.
there's a hidden desire to deny the kingdom of heaven. That's all he's showing.
Es un deseo oculto para negarnos el reino de los cielos.
And you can even see some, you can feel, okay, I was really attracted to that. I still have an attraction to that.
Y nos podemos dar quizá cuenta que todavía sentimos esa atracción por eso.
Or it could be a timing thing. At a different time, it could be fine. You just have to trust him.
Y quizá que esto signifique que no es el momento para hacerlo o que el momento puede ser en otro momento.
So, okay, so then we're going to open up the floor to see if anyone wants to really look deeply with Jesus and hear what he's saying about how they're doing on following. What do they need to learn about following?
Y bueno, entonces los invitamos a que compartan para que Jesús nos diga qué tenemos que aprender acerca de seguirlo.
So ideally, he'll bring your attention to something on your list that he wants to teach you by talking through you.
Entonces tienes que mirar en la lista si hay algún punto que creas que es útil que miremos para que Jesús hable a través de ti.
So does anyone hear something from Jesus about guidance? A
¿Alguien
specific
escucha
thing.
algo específico que tengan que ver con Jesús aquí? ¿Una tarea específica?
If I'm doing this right, I had felt that quite a few weeks ago I had been prompted to do aquafit in the pool, and I started it, and it was wonderful. I felt great, and then but it was during the time I was fine. But then I started joining the light circle in the morning. There was one day I did that I didn't go to the pool.
Can you pause just 1 minute, Fran, so Maria can translate? Because this is really
beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. Ella está diciendo que ella fue como guiada a hacer algo en la piscina, pero luego estaban los círculos de luz que son en la mañana y parece que se troca con la agenda de ella. Vamos a ver qué dice. Go ahead.
Okay. And so I attended the morning light circle, and it was very powerful, and I loved it. And I think it had something, and then that night, that night was that guidance thing. And so I asked Jesus, should I go to aquafit in the morning, or should I go to the light circle for the workbook lesson?
Y entonces, just a moment. Entonces, bueno, tenía que hacer alguna actividad. O la pregunta de ella es si estaba bien que ella fuera a los círculos de luz o que fuera a su otra actividad.
Okay. And after the guidance thing on Thursday night, I was really full of anxiety. Oh, am I going to make the right decision? It was like static, and it was late. So I said, I'm just going to go to bed. He'll tell me in the morning.
Entonces, el miércoles estaba muy ansiosa, no sabía qué decir, no sabía qué hacer. Y bueno, entonces dije, bueno, ya me lo dirás o algo así, mañana lo veré.
Okay, and then in the morning, that Friday morning, the last Friday, I ended up doing the light circle, did not miss the aquafit, etc. Just now, around that specific decision, I asked more about it because of what you asked us to do. And I got Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
Y al parecer ella estuvo en el círculo y terminó, bueno, no sé, pareciera que eso. Can I ask you something? Do you do this two things or just go to the light circle?
I didn't get that.
She just
Okay.
went to the light circle.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So ella
Yeah.
entonces se fue al círculo de luz nomás.
And I wasn't conflicted about not going to Aquafit.
Y no tuve conflicto en no haber ido a Aquafit.
And just now, I got, while we were doing this, that I was making an idol of the Aquafit time.
Entonces, ahora haciendo esta lista me doy cuenta que yo había hecho de Aquafit un ídolo.
And he is telling me just ask daily, because it is in opposition to the morning sessions, but it does not, he's saying it doesn't mean it won't be guidance to go to the Aquafit at times.
Entonces él me dice que no es que vaya en contravía de que ella vaya a Aquafit, sino simplemente de pronto lo pueda organizar para otro tiempo.
It's beautiful. I hear it too.
Eso es hermoso. Yo también escucho lo mismo.
So she's giving us a gift, you see, because we can all listen, because guidance is for the whole.
Y ya nos está trayendo un hermoso regalo porque la guía es para todos.
Because when your mind's really clear, as it's getting clearer and clearer, when someone says something about guidance, I was guided to this, it's like you'll feel your tuning fork go.
Cuando tú sientes que estás guiado para hacer algo, como que sientes esa vibración de la alineación.
You know, you'll go straight up, but at first it can be, you know, but if you're determined to hear guidance, you're going to hear it.
Y va a estar esta vibración, pero si tú estás determinado a escucharlo, la guía la vas a escuchar.
And you can hear the level of certainty in her voice too on this. Do you hear where she's coming from? It's where we're coming from.
Y vimos la certeza de su voz porque no es lo que ella dice, sino de dónde viene lo que ella dice.
He told me it was an idol.
Él me dijo que era un ídolo.
But what I did hear is at that point when you did go, it wasn't guidance, but then something else comes in and you went to the light circle, which was in guidance. Like she's willing to be spontaneous with him. It's a beautiful thing.
Y entonces ella muestra cómo tiene la voluntad de ser espontánea con Jesús. Primero le había dicho que iba a ir a la piscina y luego simplemente se giró y fue al círculo de luz.
See, this is just how he uncouples us from feeling like something in form, like going to aqua, whatever.
Water exercises.
Yeah, water exercises. Our happiness comes from that. Do you see?
Y es como esa pelea de que creemos que la felicidad viene de que vayamos a hacer ejercicios en la piscina.
Or health comes from that, you know?
O que el infierno viene de eso.
Health.
Health. Sorry. Okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry, que la salud viene de eso. Thank you, Renee.
Inferno. No, but hell will come from it if we go out of guidance. So that's good. That's right, Maria.
Así, pero el infierno también puede venir de eso si es que no estamos siguiendo la guía.
That's good. Okay, you see, so you can have a lot of fun. So it can be lighthearted, okay? It's beautiful.
Podemos tener mucha diversión en esto. Puede ser muy relajado.
Thank you, Fran.
Gracias, Fran.
Okay. Anyone else? This is good, juicy stuff.
Esto es una cosa muy divertida. ¿Alguien más que quiera compartir?
Okay, Lori. Oh, I just unmuted. Okay, I hit Sharon accidentally. Okay, where's Laura? You bumped around.
She went to the right. Yeah.
The right.
How are you tonight?
Oh, there you are. Okay, excellent, excellent. Thing. Okay. Oh, you.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Hola, buenas noches todos.
Good evening, Almighties.
Buenas noches, compañeros poderosos.
Okay. So Jesus, am I willing to hear guidance?
Jesús, ¿estoy dispuesta a escuchar la guía?
Could we start there?
¿Todavía estás ahí, Jesús?
So let's go to the things that he was talking to you about from last week. And was there anything that he wanted to speak through you on? I mean,
yes. Okay.
Bueno, volvamos a lo que estábamos hablando la semana pasada, porque Jesús quiere hablar algo a través tuyo.
So I had an invitation last week.
Entonces, la semana pasada tuve una invitación. Go ahead.
To come to Lake Chapala.
Para ir al lago Chapala.
And stay for a month.
Y estar allá un mes.
Dog sit.
What?
To take care of 2 dogs.
Ok, para cuidar 2 perros.
And just enjoy myself.
Y estar solo conmigo mismo.
And to play guitar and play piano and read my Bible.
Y tocar piano y leer mi Biblia.
And to be of maximum service to the Joining in Light Center.
Y ser del máximo servicio al centro de Joining in Light.
And I said yes.
Y yo dije sí.
And I booked a flight.
Y compré el tiquete.
With the help of my sister.
What about your sister?
My sister helped me.
Con la ayuda de mi hermana.
Yes.
So can we? Yeah. So if we could, so that because we'll have a lot of beings sharing. Did you talk to Jesus about specifically what's in guidance on this, or is it in guidance, or is there a change in the guidance, or what is he saying about it?
Entonces, Kay le está diciendo que por favor, como tenemos muchas personas, entonces que si puede especificar qué estuvo en guía y qué no estuvo en guía.
I hear that it is an assignment for me.
Escucho que es una asignación para mí.
And I hear that I am to give the time back to him.
Y escucho que debo entregarle mi tiempo a él. Entregárselo de regreso.
And to be at peace and to go. Just go.
Okay, so
y estar en paz y simplemente ir.
So we just all ask internally and just listen carefully to Jesus' response. Jesus, is this what's most helpful for healing the mind? Yes or no?
Y bueno, vamos entonces a pedirle a Jesús que nos diga si eso es lo más útil para la sanación de la mente y el servicio de todos. Y escuchemos sí o no.
I hear yes.
Yo escucho sí.
So at some point in the future, we'll get to the point where after we've done this for a while, where you can ask, you can lay it on the table to hear what your brother's hearing.
Y bueno, de pronto más adelante puedes ponerlo sobre la mesa lo que tus hermanos están escuchando acerca de esto.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Lori.
Gracias por compartir esto, Lori.
Okay, I see Rodrigo has his hand up.
Y parece que Rodrigo levantó la mano. Rodrigo.
Hola, buenas noches.
Good night, everyone.
Bien, la última reunión que tuvimos, el mensaje claro era ver el tema del control.
In the last joining that we had, we saw the desire for control. I had to look this desire.
En varias reuniones que revisamos con mi hermana Evangelina,
And a few joinings that we did with Evangelina,
Jesús reforzaba la idea de que yo tenía que mantenerme dando los talleres.
Jesus Jesus showed me in these meetings that I have to continue with these meetings that I have in the jail.
Sin embargo, había también la idea de que debería buscar un trabajo en forma parcial que me permita sostener estos mismos talleres.
And I will receive the guidance from Jesus that I need to find a job part-time to try to maintain this job in the jails.
Hoy tuve una experiencia que de manera clara me indica
que de manera clara te indica que ¿qué?
De manera clara me indica que el dar los talleres en sí es un servicio.
But today I realized that give these meetings is a service.
Y que esto es considerado un trabajo que tengo con él.
And I think this is my job that I have with Jesus.
Y que de igual manera a cómo se forma un ministerio.
And the same form that a ministry is formed.
Este debería ser sostenido solamente en su gracia.
This job has to stand in the grace of God.
Quiero pedir la guía para poder entender este mensaje.
So I want your help to try to understand this message from Jesus, because he received this message. They don't need to work part-time.
Oh, this is so beautiful that you're asking, Rodrigo. That's beautiful humility.
Hay mucha humildad, Rodrigo, en esto. Gracias por preguntar.
Okay, so let's be clear. We're going to all listen deeply.
Bueno, vamos a ser claro, y porque todos podemos escuchar profundamente.
First, we're going to confirm, is part of Rodrigo's function to go into the prisons and extend. I think we looked at that yesterday, actually, but let's confirm.
Bueno, vamos a confirmar si el trabajo de Rodrigo es que siga yendo a hacer el trabajo en las cárceles.
So yes or no?
Entonces escuchemos si sí o no.
Did I hear yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing yes here. Okay, because that's what we do here. We all pray together because see, your compass will point north.
Entonces, aquí todos escuchamos que sí, pero la brújula, toda la brújula aquí y la apuntamos hacia el norte.
Okay. And in addition to the work in the prison, is it helpful for healing the mind for Rodrigo to find another type of quote unquote job in the world? Is that helpful for healing the mind right now? Yes or no?
Y entonces le vamos a preguntar a Jesús si es útil para la sanación de la mente que Rodrigo consiga un trabajo, entre comillas, trabajo, parte del tiempo para continuar con su labor en las cárceles.
You know what he's saying to me about this, Rodrigo? He's saying this is another way for you to be in service also.
Yo escucho que eso también es otra forma de estar en servicio igualmente.
I'm getting Jesus is saying yes, if it can be a bridge, or it can be a bridge, and I think it's can be a bridge to relate, to almost bring something more to his prison work. That's all I.
That's beautiful. Share that, Maria. That's beautiful.
Ok, esto está muy hermoso, dice que ella escucha que eso es como un puente que te va a ayudar a llevar más cosas a la cárcel, o sea, como llevar, sí, no sé, más cosas.
I'm not sure that no tiendas, no Lena, not claro. ¿Es claro?
Rodrigo, ¿es claro lo que te dije? Lo que Evangelina, ¿tú tienes alguna información adicional que no haya dicho?
So see if I'm saying this, Fran, and I'll try and say it too. She's saying that this having a job, he's got some plan for Rodrigo in addition to the prison that's going to enhance his work in the prison. I don't know how, we don't know how, but there's some kind of something valuable about what Jesus is going to lead him to in a job.
Parece que el trabajo que te va a guiar Jesús para que hagas va a ser algo que va a ser muy útil para lo que ya estás haciendo en las cárceles.
I hear there's just something he wants to show you through a job.
Es algo que Jesús te quiere mostrar a través de un trabajo. Rodrigo,
it's God's, if you think of it as a different form of God's work, it's not really a job, it's a God's work thing.
Y tienes que pensar que esto no es un trabajo, es digamos, es una cosa de Dios.
Debería recortar los horarios que aparentemente los tengo copados en la semana en los 4 centros para ponerme en disposición, ¿no?
Should I have to like cancel some of these meetings because all my calendar is full of these meetings within the jails?
Yes, it feels like you will join with Lena on this to go deeply and just ask Jesus which ones are, you know, how to negotiate that. You can spend time with Lena on that in listening. This is beautiful that you're asking.
Mira, es muy hermoso que tú preguntes, pero es importante que te reúnas con Lina para seguir y mirar si tienes que mover algo, organizar las cosas pero entonces que te unas con ella para mirar más profundamente.
Ok, gracias.
Yeah, I mean, I just hear Jesus going to arrange time and space. I don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but that's what
Lo que yo escucho es que Jesús va a reorganizar el tiempo y el espacio. No sé cómo vaya a funcionar eso, pero lo va a hacer.
Rodrigo, you are so dedicated and willing. I mean, it's just, these things blow our hair back. It's so beautiful.
Tú eres muy dedicado y esto hace que mis cabello se ponga de puntas.
Hello, hello.
Okay, gracias, Rodrigo. Hola.
Hola.
Gracias. Gracias, Rodrigo.
Ok, María. Gracias, María. I heard something about Rodrigo. Jesus says, remember, everybody is prisoner in the world.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, clearly. This
Wow. Tradúcete tú misma, querida. Please.
Ok, Jesús dice, Rodrigo, que todo el mundo es prisionero en el mundo. Ok, que no temas, que vayas, que los prisioneros están no solo en la cárcel, sino en cualquier lugar que es una ilusión. Que confíes lo que tengas que hacer, que esté bajo la guía. Everything you are going to do is going to be by guidance. Just follow the guidance. Don't be afraid. No tengas miedo, Rodrigo.
Hermoso.
Ok, gracias.
Fue claro, directo y me quedé así. Sí. Yes. Okay.
My hair's going back. That's the symbol when the Jesus blows your hair back like this.
Mira, Frank vuelve nuevamente y esto es el símbolo de cuando los pelitos se nos ponen de punta.
Sí.
Gracias, Lisbeth. Okay. Oh. I just accidentally muted her.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. All right. Anyone else getting some things for guidance? Maybe there's something you didn't follow, but he's going to teach you something about it.
Alguien más que quiera compartir, quizás sea algo que donde no seguiste las guías, pero Jesús te va a enseñar a través de eso.
So you can ask him, Jesus, were any of these, was I keeping any kind of guilt on any of these things that I was choosing?
Jesús, estoy tratando de ocultar alguna culpa de estas cosas que no hice o que hice.
Because like, wouldn't you want to know where there's any guilt being? Oh, Mary's coming. Here she comes.
Bueno, aquí viene Mary.
Okay, which one does he want you to teach us on? Okay,
I've got 5.
Okay, so ask them which one were they?
Okay, on Saturday, we left the center to take a trip into a nearby town.
Okay, parece que tiene 5 cosas, pero ella hizo un viaje al town, to the center. What town?
Okay, so
okay.
And I bought a bunch of things.
Okay.
Fuimos a un pueblito que se llama Jijí a comprar muchas cosas.
So I'm asking him yes or no on what I bought.
Y estoy preguntándole a Jesús si estuvo en guía las compras que hice o no.
Out of five things I bought, I got a yes on 1.
De las 5 cosas que compré, escuché que solo una estaba bien.
So let's see. So I asked him about this, and he said, I had a desire just to go ahead and do what I wanted to do.
Como que entonces lo que escucho es que me gusta ir y hacer lo que yo quiero hacer.
I didn't want to ask him.
No quiero preguntar para nada.
So now I feel guilty. I have a desire to feel guilty.
Y ahora tengo el deseo de sentirme culpable. Yes.
He's actually been trying to teach me that a number of times.
Y él ha tratado de enseñarme esto muchas veces.
So I'll keep you posted on the next trip to Ajijic.
Y bueno, entonces lo tendré en cuenta para mi próximo viaje a Ajijic.
So tune in and see what he's gonna teach us the whole,
Mhm.
teach you through you.
Ok,
So-
entonces, bueno, vamos a alinearnos para ver qué es lo que nos quiere mostrar aquí a través de esto.
Well, he's saying I have a desire for loss, that if I check in with him, there's a desire for loss.
Y entonces lo que he chequeado con él es que tengo el deseo de la pérdida.
And I think if I just don't ask him, then it's okay.
Y siento que si no le pregunto, está bien.
And he's saying that I've gotten into the habit of doing that quite a bit.
Y parece que está en el hábito, ella tiene el hábito de hacer eso muchas veces.
And very gently, he's saying, you know better, it's time to stop.
Tú sabes más que nadie que tienes que parar, dice Jesús.
But this is,
But why lost? Sorry, lost?
loss.
Desire
Yes.
for loss. If I ask him and he says no,
Ok. El deseo de la pérdida es porque si yo le pregunto como que yo estoy perdiendo algo. Ok,
So
thank you.
this is spectacular. So do you see? So this is honesty of God. It's at its deepest level.
Entonces esto es honestidad de Dios en un nivel muy profundo.
See, it's just a conversation. She allowed herself to have a conversation with Jesus. Simple.
Es muy simple porque ella simplemente permite tener una conversación con Jesús.
And then he could reveal, it's another way. See how with these assignments, he reveals the desires.
Y con estas asignaciones, con estas tareas, lo que hacemos es que nos revela los deseos.
But do you see that's the miracle?
Y si vemos, esos son los milagros.
Because
Ese es
she's
el-
going to be no whit longer when by looking at this directly with him, she sees that nothing terrible is going to happen. She's actually going to have a closer relationship with him.
Y entonces ella se da cuenta que hacer estas cosas no es que le vaya a pasar nada, simplemente lo que está haciendo es que ella está construyendo una mejor relación con él.
Because here's the trick. This is so valuable what she's sharing with us.
Esto es muy valioso porque miren aquí el truco.
So the ego is going to say, if you don't get whatever it is, a sandwich, okay? If you don't get that sandwich, or you ask Jesus about it and you don't get it, you're going to experience loss.
Porque el ego te va a decir, si tú no consigues ese sándwich, no puedes como mujer ese sándwich, vas a sentir la sensación de pérdida.
But you can ask Jesus, see, the ego flips it. You're actually experiencing loss by getting the sandwich.
Pero pregúntenle a Jesús, realmente uno puede tener esa sensación de pérdida incluso cogiendo este sándwich.
Because the ego just used that to lose the kingdom of heaven.
Porque el ego usa todo eso para perder el reino de los cielos.
So ask Jesus, is that correct, Jesus? What do you hear?
Preguntémosle a Jesús, ¿eso es correcto, Jesús?
Yes.
what I hear him saying is that, let's see, that I believe that if I get what I prefer, I'm going to be happy.
Lo que yo escucho es que yo creo que si yo tengo lo que yo quiero, voy a ser feliz.
And he's saying, look at all the happiness that's available when you and I talk about it.
Can you say again? Sorry.
He says, look at all the happiness that is available when we talk about it. You and I are in conversation about the choice.
Y mira toda la felicidad que viene cuando compartimos acerca de estas elecciones.
Yeah. That's the miracle.
Ese es el milagro, esa unión con Jesús.
All these are.
Ese es el milagro.
It's just a miracle session.
Esto es una sesión de milagros.
But you can see how important it is. She was willing to get specific.
Y como pueden darse cuenta, ella está yendo a cosas específicas.
And she's willing to face what is happening in the mind so she can get honest with it.
Y ella está dispuesta a darle la cara a lo que a esto porque esto es honestidad.
And it's big.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
what he's showing me is this pervades everything, Mary.
Y es muy grande porque esto
Oops, I'm coming. Oh, gee. There's a mindset that I have tolerated.
Y hay como una parte de mi mente que es como tolerante a estas cosas.
That's kind of like don't ask, don't tell.
Es como no preguntes y no diré algo así.
And he's showing me how insidious this is, and I don't want to see that.
Y me muestra qué insidioso es esto y no quiero más eso.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you.
Así que
Yeah, thank you,
gracias.
Jesus.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary.
You know,
Gracias, Mary.
Muji would say, and God blesses you. We honor you. Do you see for this?
Muji diría, Dios te bendiga por todo esto.
But we don't see that. We think it's the ego will go, oh, it's just a sandwich. It's nothing.
Porque el ego va a decir, pero ¿qué? Esto es simplemente un sándwich.
But if it's turning our mind into something that's in denial of God, we need to see it.
Pero lo que estamos haciendo es girando nuestra mente a negar a Dios y tenemos que verlo.
The ego gets mad. Gosh, he's going to be controlling everything.
Y el ego se va a poner loco porque va a decir, esto es tratar de tener el control.
No, all he can do is show us where we're creating hell for ourselves.
Y no, realmente lo que él nos está mostrando es dónde estamos fabricando infierno para nosotros mismos.
Yeah.
So it's really beautiful.
Así que es muy hermoso.
Honesty of God.
La honestidad de Dios.
¿Algo más?
¿Algo más?
Anything else? This feels just stunning.
Esto se siente maravilloso.
It's such a powerful symbol of being unwilling to be tricked anymore, to trick ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
Esto es un símbolo de que no nos vamos a dejar engañar más, nunca más.
Yeah, I've tricked myself into thinking that I'm actually getting the better end of the deal here.
Y yo me estaba engañando a mí misma creyendo que yo estaba logrando la mejor negocio con esto.
And because of my refusal to really look at it in the moment,
porque me rehusé a mirarlo en el momento.
I was, well, what I'm hearing is I was just throwing away an opportunity just to, well, I'm hearing be happy, to be at peace in the moment rather than, oh, gee, should I do this or should I not?
Y como que elegí como la alegría del momento y no pregunté y no le dije a Jesús, ¿debería hacer esto? ¿No lo debería hacer?
So that all decisions or seeming choices become monumental or difficult because I won't just stop and say, okay, what brings me peace, Jesus? What do I see to do right now? What choice do I make in this moment?
Y no parar y preguntar, Jesús, ¿qué me brindaría paz en el momento?
And this isn't just a one-time thing. This pervades. I mean, this has got to, Jesus, I want this to stay with me. I don't want to forget it.
Y estas son las cosas que le digo a Jesús, que no me dejes olvidar.
Well, you can see how important these questions are. You know, he can show us all kinds of things, but if we're not really willing to look this specifically in the mind, he really can't help us as deeply.
Si nosotros no estamos dispuestos a ver las cosas como particulares, específicas, Él no nos va a poder mostrar lo que tenemos que ver.
So is anyone else hearing anything from Jesus?
¿Hay alguien más que escuche algo que venga de Jesús?
Okay, Philomena. Gracias, Mary.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Hi.
Hola.
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 Next week I have accepted an invitation to go out for dinner at a very upscale place. Usually I don't.
Just a moment. La semana pasada recibí una invitación para ir a cenar a un lugar. Go ahead.
Usually I don't worry about, spending money, but I've been spending a lot and I thought, oh my God, I've accepted this. I probably should just order an appetizer or, And I asked Jesus and he said, oh, go and spend a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know. I heard that.
Entonces yo dije, no, pero es que no tengo como presupuesto para esto y si bien muchos platos, entonces escuché de Jesús que ve y gástate eso, que es una cifra como ridícula.
And
So let's
Y eso fue lo que yo escuché.
I heard, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of spending. Don't worry about tomorrow. That's what I heard.
Lo que yo escuché es que no tuviera miedo y que no tuviera miedo del mañana.
Okay, so let's just do a check-in with him.
Y bueno, entonces vamos a revisar con él.
Okay, Jesus, is going out to this restaurant what's most helpful for healing my mind? Yes or no?
Entonces vamos a preguntar si esta ida al restaurante fue lo más útil para la sanación de la mente, ¿sí o no?
On this date, another date might be different, but we'll just ask on this date, this plan that's on my calendar, is this what's most helpful for healing my mind? Yes or no?
En ese día específico y a ese lugar, ¿estaba en guía que ella fuera? Porque puede ser que en otro momento sí esté en guía ir.
I'm hearing yes.
I'm hearing something. Jesus is
But
saying.
you have to ask her if she's wants to hear.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
That's
didn't.
okay.
I didn't realize that because I didn't do that with Rodriguez. Okay.
Yeah. Just ask.
Mira, toca preguntar siempre antes de decir algo, preguntarle a la persona si está dispuesta a escucharlo. Entonces, Fran iba a decir algo, pero entonces ella dijo, es que yo no lo hice así con Rodrigo. O sea,
So
no pregunté.
Because we want to tread lightly on some of these things in terms of making, yeah. So anyway, yes. So Philomena, do you feel open to hear what your brother may be hearing from Jesus on this?
Sure. Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, go.
Entonces le están preguntándole a Filomena si ella está dispuesta a que los hermanos le digan algo de lo que están escuchando de Jesús.
So is that yes? I mean,
Yes.
Okay. I got, Jesus said yes. And then he said, but check the focus. Something about the focus is not the amount of money, it's connecting with your brothers at the meal.
Entonces, Frank, escucha que sí, estaba en guía, pero que se focalice, que él no se trata de la plata que va a gastar, sino de el unirse con su hermano, con sus hermanos.
That resonates with me because I enjoy the group. I always have a good time when we really enjoy. It's fun. And whenever I meet with them, I feel a connection. I feel joyful. So I think I'm hearing that. Was that Fran who spoke? Fran, thank you
Yeah.
for that, because of the focus should be on the group and how it's going to help me, help heal my mind rather than fear of money.
Entonces, eso que acaba de decir Frank resuena mucho conmigo porque yo me siento muy contenta y muy cuando me uno con este grupo. Y sí, debe ser, no debe ser un tema de dinero, sino de unirme con ellos.
So it's always about wherever, this is a good check-in. Jesus, am I going where you are sending me? And is this most helpful for healing the mind? Am I going where you are sending me? And then if I do go, I'm making sure that I'm hearing what you're telling me and I'm speaking it. That's our only function.
Entonces, siempre hay que chequear que tenemos que preguntar, Jesús, estoy yendo a donde tú quieres que vaya y mirar si estoy escuchando también lo que tengo que escuchar en esta reunión o lo que sea.
So in these, what we'll do is if you are open to hear what your brother's hearing from Jesus, just say it at the end of what you share, because that's probably, I'm realizing, a little distinction, just to make sure that, you're open to hearing what your brother has to say. Everyone's been pretty open, but I'm realizing after you share something, then if you're open to hear what your brother say, then say that, okay?
Entonces, al final siempre es decir si estamos abiertos a escuchar la opinión de lo que escuchan de Jesús, nuestros hermanos.
And so what gets to be really important about this as well is that all of us are only speaking what we hear from Jesus.
Y esto es importante para todos porque nosotros debemos hablar únicamente lo que nos dice Jesús.
So that really means we have to put away all of our own personal preferences having to do with anything.
Y así que tenemos que dejar todas nuestras preferencias acerca de todas las cosas.
And remember, he might tell you something that's not going to be in alignment with what the world does.
Y quizá puedas escuchar algo que no está para nada alineado con lo que el mundo haría.
So,
No,
is there
I'm open to hearing.
Okay.
Estoy abierta a escuchar, dice Filomena.
Thank you, Philomena.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Gracias, Filomena.
Is anyone else hearing anything about what Jesus is telling them about something specific they either did or that they want to do in the future, or they're thinking their plans are for the future? Or here's the deep one. Is there anything you've been suggesting that I do, Jesus, that I'm blocking out of my mind?
Bueno, entonces miremos cosas que de pronto tenemos también planeadas para hacer o preguntemos si hay algo que estoy siendo guiada y que yo lo esté bloqueando de mi mente para no hacerlo.
Is there any assignment you're giving me that I'm trying to bury in the back of my mind somewhere, or modify? Because that's what the ego does. It loves to modify assignments.
Y entonces preguntemos si tenemos por allá enterrado alguna asignación que Jesús quiera que hagamos y no la queremos hacer, o que la estemos tratando de modificar.
So it's the ego's version of a spirit assignment.
Porque esa es la versión del ego de las asignaciones.
Anybody hearing anything?
¿Alguien escucha algo? I have I have one. I on Friday I had a meeting with the lawyers because I have a situation with I invest some money in a business and they didn't give me the shares and the participation, I don't know, or the shares of the business, and they didn't give me my money back. And it's, I think it's an important amount of money. So I wasn't sure if I had to start, I don't know what's the name in English,
A legal
a
action. A suit.
What?
A lawsuit.
Yes, a lawsuit.
Okay, so can you translate for the Spanish
Yes.
too?
Yes, please. Just a moment. Les estoy diciendo que el viernes yo me reuní con unos abogados porque tengo una situación de que invertí un dinero en una compañía y no me entregaron las acciones de la compañía y tampoco me devolvieron el dinero. Entonces mi pregunta es si debo comenzar un proceso jurídico o qué debo hacer.
Okay, so and you feel willing to hear from your brother on this?
Yes,
Now-
sí, que si estoy dispuesta a escuchar de mis hermanos, sí, y la respuesta sí, sí, sí.
Now,
I will.
brothers, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to say hold off 1 minute before commenting.
Entonces vamos a tomarnos un minutico para que antes de
Because we
compartir.
really, on these things, we really we want to go to the root, okay? The root.
What's the root?
The root, like a root of a tree. We want to get really deep underneath these things that are
Bueno,
Ya la
entonces
raíz,
vamos.
la raíz.
Ok, gracias. Entonces tenemos que ir a la raíz de esto.
So this you and Maria's really willing to go deep, so we're going for it, okay, Maria?
Ok, entonces
Okay.
como María está dispuesta a ir profundo, vamos profundo.
She's pretty fearless, okay? Because
Ella no tiene miedo.
okay, so we're going to even back it up even further than we thought we'd go, and we're going to ask Jesus, was it in guidance for me to do this investment in the first place? Yes or no?
Lo primero que vamos a preguntarle es si estuvo en guía para María que hiciera esa inversión, ¿sí o no?
No. No.
I'm
So
getting C.
I'm your brothers at the center. Do you want to hear what your brothers at the center are hearing?
Yeah, I'm open to hear everything.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So your brothers at the center are hearing no, it's not guidance to invest in that.
Yeah, I hear no too.
You hear no
Yeah.
too. Okay. So this is just a learning, okay? It's just really so we can all just learn. It doesn't mean
Esto es para que aprendamos. Esto no significa nada realmente.
So some of these things, we're gonna. Okay, so this opportunity look deeply now. Okay, so it wasn't in guidance. So what happens is with some of these things that are out of guidance, we can still learn with Jesus on them, but this is helpful to see for everyone.
Esto es útil mirar para todos porque mirar si estuvo en guía.
Okay, this is really deep looking.
Esto es un profundo mirar.
Okay, so Jesus, when I purchased this, I had a desire for an experience of guilt, yes or no?
Cuando yo compro esto como fuera la guía, tengo el deseo de la culpa.
And were there any other desires I was having that were mixed in there? What's desire was under that?
¿Y hubo algún otro deseo que estuviera ahí mezclado en eso? ¿Cuál es? O sea, ¿qué hay debajo de eso?
See, but there's something else. Lena says she's hearing control, but there's something else too.
Lina está escuchando control, pero parece que hay algo más.
This is what I'm hearing, the desire for an experience to be let down.
Estoy escuchando el deseo de la experiencia de what is let down, ¿sabes? ¿Sabes qué es?
Disappointed. You have an expectation
okay.
and someone's going to disappoint. They're not going to be up to expectations.
Okay, el deseo de ser decepcionada, sí.
So check in, Maria, and see if you hear, does that align? Does that resonate?
Yes, absolutely. Sí,
Okay.
que me pregunta si eso resuena conmigo y sí, definitivamente sí, me gusta, tengo el deseo de sentirme decepcionada.
So you can see how powerful Jesus will bring you to the root, because what we want is, we don't want to solve something in form that is not solvable in form. We want to get to the desire, to see if it was in guidance and get to the desire for the experience.
Y bueno, queremos como solucionar las cosas en la forma, pero realmente tenemos que ir al deseo y ver qué hay ahí.
See, because otherwise it'll keep being perpetuated in the future. No, right? You know, so they can be a lawsuit or something like that, but that experience of being let down is going to show up again and again and again.
Porque esto entonces, si no se sana, va a seguir perpetuándose en el tiempo y se va a volver y repetir esta sensación.
So if you heal it at the level of the feeling of being, or the experience of being kind of let down, then you ask that question about the suit, you know, that may just fall out of the mind as being even interesting.
Sorry, Kay, I
know that's but you want to heal it at the level of where we can heal it, which is the desire.
Ok, entonces vamos a sanarlo desde el nivel que se puede sanar, que es desde el nivel de los deseos.
So sometimes something's being perpetuated in the mind, and we think that a yes or no from Jesus is kind of solve that going forward, but it's really, it's a different conversation than we thought.
Y nosotros pensamos que preguntarle sí o no, si hago esto o no a Jesús, va a solucionar todo, pero realmente hay que ir como a la base de donde surgió esto, no simplemente si contrato al abogado o no. Actually, I had many experience about that thing, like it's like I have lost a lot of money about, yes, I don't know, it's like the desire for be rough. When someone take my money, I don't know what's this.
Yeah, I'm asking Jesus, I want to use his word. These experiences over and over, being disappointed, and then money is the symbol that's used.
Y bueno, le decía que a mí me ha pasado varias veces que he perdido dinero, entonces es como ese deseo de sentirme decepcionada.
And then see, it can perpetuate that experience of lack of trust.
Y es como perpetuar esta experiencia de falta de confianza.
So that's a really good one to go deep on if you want to join with someone, Maria. That feels robust.
Okay. Este suena robusto, es uno grande, así es que si te sientes para unirte con alguien más y mirarlo, absolutely, yes, I will do it.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so great.
Gracias por compartirlo, eso es eso es grandioso.
So you can see we're going to just go like another 5 minutes, because we really want to keep these around an hour and 15 for sure. They're pretty deep.
La idea es que estas sesiones dure 1 hora o 1 hora 15, porque esto es muy profundo. Así que vamos a dar como 5 minutos.
You know, the actual circles themselves are going to be a little bit simpler, but you can see how much we're learning in this. So I'm going for it.
Entonces vemos que los otros círculos son más sencillos, pero este tiene como más tenemos más por aprender acá.
So does anyone else have something that they are hearing from Jesus about, something they did that they have learning or that they're going to do or think they're gonna do?
Y entonces, ¿alguien más tiene algo que quiera compartir de lo que ha hecho, lo que tiene pensado hacer?
I'm hearing somebody does. I don't know, because I keep saying, do we end it, Jesus? He says, no, there's something that we need to hear from someone.
Estoy escuchando que de Jesús que parece que hay alguien más que debe compartir algo. Entonces los invitamos.
Jesus has something to say through one of you guys.
Parece que Jesús tiene algo que decir a través de alguno de ustedes, chicos.
Chicos. Oh, is Rodrigo's your hand up again, or is that from before? Oh, popped up. Rodrigo, you going for it?
Parece que Rodrigo levantó la mano o no sé si fue la vez pasada.
Yes, here he comes.
No, sí levanté la mano.
Yes, I raised my hand. Dinos.
Con todos los mensajes recibidos estos días.
All the messages that I have received from Jesus these days.
Estoy con mayor predisposición a preguntar todo el tiempo qué debo hacer y qué decir.
I have more, I don't know, I have more.
I'm willing to ask.
No, he's not willing, actually. Sí, indispuesto. He's not willing to ask. Thank you.
Está dispuesto, al revés. Está dispuesto a preguntar.
¿Estás dispuesto a preguntar o no estás dispuesto a preguntar?
Sí estoy.
Ah,
Sí.
ok. Yo estaba mirando la otra. Ok, dale, sí. I am willing to ask.
That's
Y
beautiful.
aparentemente tengo que enfrentar algunas situaciones en esta semana en cuanto a plazos que se cumplieron.
And but this week I have to solve some situations and I need to finish.
Y por mientras soy guiado a una nueva experiencia que me genere recursos,
And I until I find a job or something to get money for solve these situations.
pregunto qué actitud debo tener para hablar con estas personas.
So I want to ask what to do with these people that they are waiting for my answer.
Do you mean at the prison or?
No, ok, just a moment. ¿Quieres decir de gente de la cárcel o
No,
compromisos
personas
personales?
con las que tengo aparentes cuentas pendientes.
He has some bills to pay, and yes, he doesn't have money to pay these bills.
Okay, this one feels like a good one for you to join with Lena on and go deep on this one.
Este parece ser una buena para que te unas con Evangelina y vayas profundo en ello.
I feel
Okay.
like something's going to come, Rodrigo. Something's going to come for this.
Escucho que algo va a llegar con relación a eso.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, everyone.
Gracias a todos por unirse.
We love you.
Los amamos. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, gracias.
Gracias, buenas
Gracias.
noches. Bye.
Bye.
Buenas noches, gracias.
Gracias, buenas noches.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Love you.
Bye. Chao. Chao.
Mm.